Hi, thank you for joining me. I want to speak about Africa, and I want to say, first of all, that I have nothing to say that is crucial for the African people to thrive and to grow their economies. And I wish them well. I wish them well. Each and every country, each and every state in Africa. I wish them well, and I call myself Pan-Africanist, but I'm not very involved in each and every country, and I don't know the tiniest details. Really, I'm not fully aware of what's going on in the governments in Guinea. I heard there is something with the elections there that is not fully straight. I don't know, but of course it's not a reason for I don't know, for outside involvement necessarily. And other Tanzania and other places that maybe need some help with with keeping the democracy, so it would be able to be part of a much wider Pan-Africanist movement. I mean, you can't have a Pan-Africanist Congress if there is no Congress in Guinea, for instance, that is representing the people well. Um, so I'm not. I'm very much an amateur in whatever there is considering African countries in particular, and in economy in particular. I'm very much an amateur. I learned Eco 101 in university and nothing else. So that's mainly what I want to say about Africa. That I don't know much about Africa. I don't know what I need to know to help to send the necessary help for African people, for African countries in particular and in general. Um, if you ask me what I have to say in one word about Africa that is not entirely obsolete, I would say that raw materials, as many people say, should be priced right, not underpriced. But I think it is important not to take it as an insult, not to be offended by the low prices that raw materials are currently sold in, but to take it as an opportunity to. I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm sure that Lavazza or Mars or Nestle or other companies that sell raw materials that made in Africa don't intend to rob the African countries from their assets. They don't want to buy cheap cocoa or cheap coffee just because they can. They just intend to sell in the cheapest price that the customer can buy, and that's what I want to focus about. And to say that I think that we are ripe today, the market is ripe for buying in the right price in the end customer, the customer that buys the product can pay more for it, because Mars and Nestle, I mentioned them because they write on their products, on their cheap chocolate bars, they write responsibly sourced cocoa, or something like this, responsibly sourced cocoa, or I don't remember the exact term. So this, I want to say, it's not responsibly sourced. Who are you kidding? With all the respect, I don't think they intend any wrongdoing. They really intend to check that there is no child labor, that there is no slavery, that the people are paid for what they're doing, but they are not fully paid for the labor. They're underpaid. It's underpriced, and it's not. I don't accuse Nestle or Mars or Lavazza or other companies for doing it. I think that the customers should unite. The customers in Europe and other countries should unite in agreeing to pay higher prices for actual responsibly sourced cocoa or coffee or other materials or diamonds, um, because eventually I think today the market is ripe for the moral imperative to be part of our considerations when we are buying products. And the best example for it is, thank God for Dubai, because Dubai chocolate is sold in $10 a piece, like $9.8 a piece, and not in 60 cents, or not in very low prices, okay? Because no one is asking, why should I pay 60 cents for it when I can pay, why should I pay $8 for something that I can buy in 60 cents? No, you pay $8 for it and it's better than paying 60 cents. So the market is ripe for having the moral imperative as part of a considerations in buying cheap chocolate bars. They shouldn't be cheap. In buying edible gold, okay? I call it, this is just an instance because I don't know much about diamonds, about the diamond market, but I know a lot about the sweets markets from experience, from my own experience. You see, I didn't get this fat just by sitting on my ass and counting dollars. I got this fat by eating a lot of edible gold. That's what I think it should be called. Not to, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I mean, when Mars established his factory in the UK before he went to America to establish the biggest factory, he also bought a pet food factory, and I think he realized that there is a connection between Mars bars and pet food. Now there shouldn't be a connection. It shouldn't be sold as pet food. It should be sold as edible gold. Okay, as something that we consume responsibly. And if you want to consume it responsibly, you want to pay for it responsibly. That's how you get. I mean, that's how by paying for it responsibly, the $8 that it ought to cost, and not the 60 cents, you are paying, and you make sure that you don't overconsume it either. That's what I believe in. I believe the market is ripe for paying the right price for edible gold, such as coffee and cocoa and cacao. I don't know, and for diamonds and for other products that I don't know much about. That's what I believe in.